What are the 5 must-have vintage decor items that will give a home an elegant, yet cozy and inviting atmosphere? In today's video, I'm sharing 5 classic, timeless pieces that will have the biggest impact in your home and maximize its traditional vintage charm. Consider these items as the all-stars of the vintage decorating style. And best of all, these 5 items can be easily sourced at flea markets, thrift stores, yard and estate sales, and my personal favorite, Facebook Marketplace, and they can be found at all different price points to fit every budget. So make sure you grab these when they cross your path. Let's start with the first must-have vintage decor item you should never pass up. Before the advent of modern suitcases, duffel bags, and backpacks, trunks and the smaller valises were indispensable items for travelers. Their sturdy construction, usually made from wood or metal, made them ideal for enduring long journeys on trains, steamships, and coaches, which is the main reason why so many vintage trunks survived and are still widely available. Today, they've become beloved statement pieces and decor items for lovers of traditional and vintage decor. They are versatile pieces that can be repurposed as coffee tables, bedside tables, and chests, and offer an aesthetically pleasing and functional way to store a variety of household items. They offer an elegant way to display a tray with cocktail bottles and glassware. I also love to see them being used as coffee tables, which also offer storage, and they look very pretty when you stack several trunks or the smaller valises on top of each other. I've also seen them in an entryway under a console table as a place to hide shoes or winter clothing. The uses for these are just endless, and I especially love the valises that have the monogram of the original owner. I think those are really charming. Vintage Hutches, wall shelves, and also I would put plate racks in this category, trace back to the 17th century and were originally practical storage pieces for household items, given that kitchens with built-in cabinets are a relatively modern invention. Over time, these evolved from practical storage pieces to decorative furniture for displaying china, crystal, and other tableware. Today, they look right at home in a kitchen or a dining room and offer the perfect space to display iconic vintage collections such as ironstone, transferware pieces, and silver. They come in a variety of sizes, and you're sure to find the perfect piece for your space. Wall shelves and plate racks are simpler pieces, originally created for practical purposes such as storing spices, baking supplies, dishware, and glasses, and are especially fun to decorate with seasonal decor. Vintage secretary desks have their origins in France and were initially practical tools for estate secretaries who managed business and personal affairs. Over the years, these furniture pieces evolved into a symbol of refinement and intellect, and their design became more ornate and intricate, with many having an assortment of pigeonholes for organizing correspondence and writing supplies, and hidden compartments for storing confidential documents and letters. Today, these desks are charming and practical additions to a library, a home office, or a family room. They can be easily tucked into a corner and styled with vintage art, books, and other small decorative objects. The next decor item that you should never pass up is a fabulous vintage rug. The origin of the vintage rug dates back thousands of years, and the original ones were functional items woven to provide warmth and insulation for the tents of nomadic tribes. Vintage rugs are the most cost-effective way to instantly elevate a room and provide an elegant foundation for other furniture and decor. If you're decorating a room from scratch, I suggest you start with a fabulous vintage wool rug to ground the space and provide a color palette for the rest of the decor. The best source for vintage rugs, in my opinion, is Facebook Marketplace, where you can find rugs in all patterns and colors and sizes for as little as $300 to $500. I suggest that you always buy the largest size that you can afford, because that will make your room look larger. If you can't find a large enough rug, you can always buy several smaller rugs and use them in the same room to create a very warm and visually appealing space. Every room should have a statement chair to add personality, act as a focal point, and provide extra seating. A statement chair can also be used to define a space, introduce color and texture, and add visual interest and style to any room, from a bedroom to a living room. The definition of a statement chair can include a piece with a bold color or pattern, with ornate carvings or other vintage details such as nailhead trim, or a chair of a different style from the other pieces in the room. For example, a mid-century modern chair combined with more traditional seating. These chairs can be tucked away into any space and not only offer extra seating, but also look charming with a pile of vintage blankets or quilts, or with a stack of vintage books. Additionally, these chairs are readily available at thrift stores, estate sales, and Facebook Marketplace, and are relatively inexpensive. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing so that you can be notified of future videos that I post.